Hey guys, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the brakes and KIA Sportage. This one happens to be a 2018.
We're going to take the caliper off. It's a 14 millimeter here, and we're going to crack the bolts loose on it. And you got a couple of different ways you can collapse the piston on this thing. You can slip the caliper off and collapse it with a pair of vice grips. I'll show you the type that we use, or you can use a pry bar to pry it back the piston slowly. So we roll the caliper up, and you can get some space in here, and you can slowly go back. You're seeing the piston get depressed back here. And if you work it right, you can get the whole thing back. You can use the brake pad to finish collapsing it if you want. Piston's just about back there now. Just one less step that you have to do. Now, if you don't get the piston all the way back, when you pull it off, this has little retaining spring clips here that are pushing these out. We'll show you these when we put these on. They clip into the little hole and they try and spread the brakes. And they're working because they force the brake pad out. So these are okay. And the brake pad that has the tab on it for the wear bar is on the inside on the top, and that's just going to be the same on both wheels. So we're going to take this bracket off in a second. Let's see how the piston right here is collapsed all the way. If you find it not collapsed all the way, get in here with a pair of vice grips like this. Get in here and just gently, finish crimping it down. But this one's bottomed out, so we took our time to do it. Now we're going to bungee cord the caliper up to the spring here, and it's going to keep it out of the way for us. Okay. Now we got the bar on the back here, the caliper bracket bar. That's a 17 millimeter. You can crack these loose. Sometimes you need a 1/2 inch breaker bar to do this. Let's see if we can get it off. Come on up. And you're gonna never seize all these back up. We'll get this, put it back together. Still waiting for someone to send me a cordless ratchet. It hasn't happened yet. Alright, so I'll get this off. We're gonna work the caliper bracket with the brake pads on the bench. We'll lose everything up. Get this off. A little dry. We're going to clean these up and never seize them. Get them back on. And our boots. So the boots are moving in, so the pins aren't frozen, so that's good. We're going to lube them with. We use the synthetic grease for these. Okay, so we get this off. Go over to the bench. So we can slide our brake pad out here and here. I like to keep them on the side that we took them off, so you're not forgetting anything. Piston, the side with the wear bar is towards the caliper pins. So we pull the caliper pins out. And one of these caliper pins always has like a little rubber boot on them, and this happens to be it. And we're just going to lube these up, get them nice and moist, put it all back together. And we're going to show you how to take the clip off the bracket. We have a little file here that we like to use to scrape the debris off below these clips here. And we'll talk about that after we get this all lubed up. We use a synthetic caliper pin lube. There was still a little clear lube on this from the factory, and that's fine. You can leave it on there. Just want to make sure these things got a good lubrication, they don't seize up. These take a lot of heat from the front brakes here.
especially if I'm driving it.
Yeah, right.
I'm driving like my wife.
All right, so we can roll the clips off here, here. Lay everything out the way you took it off, so in case you're not sure how it goes back on. Here's a little file that we have. We use this file on all of the brake jobs that we do. And you're just going to scan the caliper up. See that sometimes some rust will build up in this. Now this is a newer vehicle, but we're going to run the file across there and try and get the debris out of here so we can start seeing some clean spots in here. And what happens is this stuff rusts up and it swells up. Then when you go to put your brake pads in there with your new clips, it just breaks your ass. It's just worth so much. It seems like the Chevy pickup trucks are really brutal for this. You gotta spend some time cleaning them up. And we're just trying to make sure they feel smooth, you know. Then we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna do the other side. And you get just getting shellac out of there and crust and stuff that's built up over time. And our new clips are gonna fit in there. Okay. Okay, these came out good. Alright, now we got our new clips here. I'm going to fold the clips in here. And what we're doing is we're trying to shorten the distance in between the brake pad here and here and here. And if you have crud built up inside, this distance is shorter now. When you try to put the brake pad in, it just kind of breaks your ass. So you line up your clips in here, push these down, get them to lock in. Kind of hear them scraping as they go in, and you want to look to make sure that they're tight right here and here on the other side as well. Check them tight there, tight on that side. Okay, so now the fun part. You're gonna get your hands clean for this. We got a little piece of sandpaper out here, and we're gonna take our caliper pin lube. We're gonna lube up the sleeves here. This is where the brake pad rides, so you're gonna have some lubrication in here. When you go to put the brake pads in here, you know, it just makes it a little easier if you got a little bit of lubrication in there. All right, so we'll go with that. Now, this inside pad, the way we have this set up, when we took it off, so here's our pad that went over here. And it's got the clips, take these off. We got our new brakes, and we're gonna slide these in place. And they seem to be kind of difficult to do, so we're going to put the first one in on this side first and then tap this one in a little bit. So let's get the hands as clean as we can get. We got some sandpaper. We're going to scuff the pads to get our paw prints off of them. So this one's going to go on the inside like so, and they're tough to get in there, so you know, if you try and get the brake pads in on an angle, you're almost trying to wedge them in, and they're tight to go down into place. Okay, got this one up. I kind of made that look easy, guys, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. So got that one down. Keep it right at the very edge there. We need the distance in between for our brake rotor to fit on. Okay. Now, if we got any paw prints in there, we just take our sandpaper, sand that up. By cleaning the grooves that we did with the file, it's going to make for these brake pads to go on easier. So now this one went on the outside like that, and try and knock that one down into place. Got to make sure that they're bottom. See, we still got a little gap right here. That's going to make it difficult for you to get this thing in. So you kind of got to push this thing in a little bit like this, so it clips. Line this thing up, and sometimes you got to just tap them a little bit. But if we get the screwdriver in here, just kind of wedging it down. We're going to pull this one up, keep our finger on it so it doesn't slide past the point. And we have this one in. Now we're just going to flip it over, and we get some paw prints in there. Okay, now these clips, we're going to put these clips on last after we set this in place, and we're squeezing them together. Put these clips on now, it'll push your brake shoes out, and then we're starting over again. So right now, let's go pull the rotor off the vehicle. And this caliper is all lubricated, the clips are in, the caliper pins are done, the brake pads are installed the way we had them with the warning tab up. So this is all ready to go on, and you got to make sure you have a good distance for your rotor to slide on. You won't have to try and mess with these when we put it on the rotor. So the rotor has two Phillips bits on it, and we have our tool to release these. And this is very important that you don't strip these out, or you're going to be drilling these. So we have our slide hammer tool here that we're going to use, and you're just twisting as you're hitting, and it cracks it free. And this one has two on it. Most rotors only have one for some reason, but this one has two. Sometimes you just strip them out and you're making for a long night.
It's two for your pleasure, Steve.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're getting these off, and we're going to take the hammer and smack the rotor from the back side to get it off. And sometimes they're really frozen coming off, and hopefully that's not going to be the case. Hammer here. Get the rotor off. We're gonna never seize our hub here, okay? And we're gonna lubricate all of our bolts right now. Never seize these, never seize these. Put a little on those, and we're gonna put the never seize around the rotor here. And we take some of the caliper pin grease, and we put it on the piston boot to keep it lubricated, because there's a lot of heat that gets in there, and we want to keep that lubricated. And we'll just put a little dab on the top of the flat spots here, and we'll, after we get everything lubed, we'll come back to you and we'll be ready for assembly. All right, so Tony got the spindle hub all lubed with never seize. He put the synthetic grease on the caliper piston, so that's all lubed up over here for the boot. Put some up on the top. We cleaned our rotor with brake clean. We're going to line up the holes to bolt this back on. Okay, those are lined up. We got our tool here. Put a little dab of never seize on these. I mean, you may be able to get these out with like an impact gun, you know, but you got to be careful. So we use the little impact driver. Got this at the local parts store. It's inexpensive. It's a Lyle brand, and you use it for a lot of things, so it's worth having. So just snug these up. Okay, we're gonna go grab our brake pads assembly and slide that on. Now we left our distance on the brake pads a good distance because we want to slide these on without hitting the rotor. Now I'm going to squish them together. Now I'm going to put these clips in right now. And actually we're going to put the bolts on first. Catch our bolts in the back here. Bolt these down first. Tony wire wheeled them all up and put the never-sees on them. Do this one on the bottom here. And these are 17s. Okay, we got a 17. Make sure they're tight. Okay, now we're going to put these clips on. I'm going to try and keep these squeezed together. I don't want them to spring apart on me. Makes for a pain in the ass. Come on, Tony, get the light down here, huh?
Sorry, can't see, old man.
Here we go. All right. Trying to find the hole here, all right?
That's not it.
Okay. All right, so I'm squeezing these together. My caliper. Put my caliper down here. Push this through. Trying not to take my hand off of these because I don't want them to spring out and lose anything until I get the caliper over it. All right, the caliper's over. Push my pistons in a little bit. Caliper pins. Okay, so we got that all on. And Tony got all these bolts all lubed up. We're gonna catch our bolt here. And these are 14s. Snug these up. Okay, we've got everything back together on this now, and we got our rotor tight, we got our pads on, everything's lubricated. We're going to go pump the brake pedal up softly until we get a firm brake pedal, and then we're going to go check our other side. After you do one side, if you pump the brake up, you won't force any brake fluid out of the pedal, out of the master cylinder. So remember, when the brake pads get thin, the brake fluid goes down. When you collapse the piston, you're pushing brake fluid back up. If it's overfilled, it'll leak out a little bit. It's not the end of the world. But if you do one wheel at a time and you pump the brake up, more than likely that's not going to happen. So this side is completely done. It's going to be the same procedure to do on the other side. And you know, we just put this little bungee cord in here to make our life a little easier, and pull the caliper for us, and everything's buttoned up, and this side's done.